life of thee, and thou gavest it him, even length of days forever and ever. His glory is great in thy salvation. Honor and majesty hast thou laid upon. He asked life of thee, and thou gavest it him, even length of days forever and ever. He asked life of thee, and thou gavest it him, even length of days forever and ever. His glory is great in thy salvation. Honor and majesty hast thou laid upon him, for thou hast made him most blessed forever. Thou hast made him exceedingly glad.
Spirit Divine, I greet you. Spirit Divine, I greet you in love. I greet you in humility. I greet you in oneness. Omi tutu, ona tutu, ole tutu, tutu eshu, tutu olodumare, tutu oromla, tutu olodumare, tutu ami oshonga, ganda jokele kuma akoni, ganda jokele kuma akoni, ganda jokele kuma akoni, kosi ku, kosi fo, kosi lopa, kosi shelo, kosi victivo, kosi san, kosi sisan, kosi wahala, kosi shelu, kosi lopa. Kosi Bobo Ajeku, Kosi Bobo Ajeku, and Fuma Lafia, Fuma Ray, Fuma Bobo Shagun, Fuma Iwa, Fuma Suru, Fuma Bobo Shagun, Fuma Imo, Fuma Ibodu Orisha, Fuma Ibodu Agbe, Fuma Ibodu Ori, Ashebeni Kori, Ashebeni Kori, Ashebeni Kori, Ashe. Spirit of the ancestors, I greet you. I ask that you provide wisdom and guidance for your children today. Divine Father, Divine Mother, I greet you. I ask that you provide wisdom and guidance for your children today. Allow us to seek your face to gain clarity. Allow us to gain an understanding as to how we're to be moving about and what are we to do in this time to best use our energy. My purpose and my goal in doing this is to share some wisdom, to share some insight in hopes that you're able to gain something, or you're able to share with a friend or loved one that is able to gain something that will benefit them in their journey and in their processing of what's going on spiritually with them, what's going on carnally with them, all that good stuff. And so if something that I share with you benefits you, feel free to give a donation, feel free to like, subscribe so that you're able to get notifications, and like so you're able to get notifications and see the posts, but also to help me grow in my journey. Like, heart, subscribe, share, follow, all that good stuff. You know, we just want to get bigger and better, bigger and better. And so I learn from you guys. You guys help me become better.
takes life of thee, and thou gavest it him, even length of days forever and ever. His glory is great in thy salvation. Honor and majesty hast thou laid upon him, for thou hast made.
Good night, beautiful people. Let me know that you could hear me. I want to turn my mic up. I want to make sure that you all could hear me. Let me know that you could hear me. Okay. Um, I just went turned on my iPad for uh, Instagram because I do not. I want to try to do the TikTok live thing. I've never done the TikTok live, and being that I could add it to the restream, I decided to try it out. So to maximize my devices, I decided to go live on Instagram as well, so I could see everybody's comments. But good night, beautiful people. So please let me know. I know Instagram can hear me because it's on the iPad, but I want to make sure that you all and YouTube land, Facebook land, that you all could hear me. Please let me know before I go any further. Bonsoir, madame, mambo, bonsoir, chérie, bonsoir, bonsoir. Oh, wonderful. Hey, Mama Star. Good night, good night. So, I have not used the webcam. I have not used this lovely microphone in a while. I have not been live in a while. So, it's been a minute and it feels good to be back. School has been keeping me busy in a good way, and I'm very grateful. I'm gonna be like looking both ways and kind of angling myself. Oh yeah, this is good. Okay. School has been keeping me busy in a wonderful way, and I've been enjoying the ride from my computer class. I thought would freak me out. It has not. It's been going quite smoothly. To my religion class that has been quite spectacular. And fun fact, just a tidbit about my unique education. I'm going to the University of West Georgia, and it is pretty cool. And so I'm getting my BBA, Bachelor's of Business Administration, concentration in Management Information Systems. So it's business and technology tied together. So it is a lot of reading, a lot of writing, a lot of everything. And I have been enjoying it. And so, with that being said, my professors are rather unique, like me. From my first semester to having this very sultry English teacher to a very rigorous history teacher that was kind of quirky in his unique way to Hindi math teacher that was very much so nurturing and caring in her approach, just like well rounded. And now this semester, my religion teacher happens to be a trans individual, and me identifying as a black queer male. I think it is quite beautiful to see another queer individual in the space discussing religion and spirituality, which tends to be very taboo in the day and age that we're living in. But we are occupying these spaces, and we are here, we are loud, and we are proud. And so, covering from Judaism to Buddhism to Orisha, actually, she came in the door talking about Orisha. She kicked the door down talking about Orisha straight up. So, it has been a beautiful ride. And so here we are. That's why I've been under the rock. So I welcome you all tonight to Rising with Rah. Uh, it's been a long time, but we're going to meet where we are and we're going to ride this wave tonight. And I want to discuss some things. So I invite you into the space. Make yourselves comfortable. Grab your notebook, your pen, your paper. If you have questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. I can see them. I was nervous about that, but I can see the comments loud and clear. I'm moving my screen over. And so we're good to go. And so I thank you all for coming in. Share, 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 share. So tonight we're going to be talking about the blood moon. As you all know, uh, last night, was the blood moon. But for many of us, we know that the blood moon energy, you kind of start to feel the vibration days before, the day of, and days after. And you can capitalize on that energy. Now, as a whole, full moons, black moons, red moons, blue moons, super moons, all the moons. Some of us know about them, some of us don't. And they tend to be a little bit taboo conversation, but it's nothing to fear, something to worry about. We're going to dive into some things. So, first things first, what is a blood moon? I think everyone is curious. What is a blood moon? And number one thing to know is that a blood moon is a lunar eclipse. It's simply a lunar eclipse. It's not that the moon is red. It's a matter of positioning and lighting and all of those ratios. But it does present a unique energy because everything is frequency, everything is vibration, and everything is science. So if we're looking at numbers, if we're looking at math, if we're looking at equations, if we're looking at connecting vibrations, it produces results. And so in this blood moon energy, it speaks about, Earth moves between the sun and the moon. So again, it puts it in a particular kind of position. But what makes it red is Earth's shadow that covers the moon. So when you talk about the position of the moon and the position of the sun and the reflection of the earth, it produces this red hue. That's where we get the blood moon from. And so what happens is sunlight blends through the earth's atmosphere and red wavelengths reaches to the moon and thus, as stated, producing a red moon. So it's not like this red moon is blood or some crazy thing is happening. It's a matter of illumination. And so these are key things. Remember the word illumination. And so during a blood moon, the moon is illuminated by every sunrise and sunset happening across the earth at the same time. And that in itself is something very powerful because it is an element of unity, everything moving in unison, the earth moving in unison, the sun moving in unison, the moon moving in unison. And so at this particular point, some of you guys probably had a very interesting night last night, slept very good, felt very melancholy, felt very peaceful, felt very joyous, felt very relaxed. But most importantly, even in the midst of all the crazy that's going on, there's a point of unification that happens atmospherically that takes place during the blood moon. So I find that very peculiar. So then we have to go into the spiritual elements of this blood moon. What does it hold spiritually? How does it impact us holistically? How does it impact us metaphysically? Very important. And so when we talk about the eclipse, when we talk about elements of the full moon, we know that in the energy of the full moon, a lot of hidden things tend to come to the surface. A lot of shadow work is done. A lot of emotions tend to rise. A lot of people uh, senses are on 10. So you're feeling everything, you're sensing everything, you're more intuitive. You may feel more reserved. Some people tend to, isolate themselves during full moon energies. But most importantly, during this time, it is a time of revelation. What is being revealed to you in this time? What downloads have you come into in this time? What questions have you been pondering on and have been receiving answers in the most unique of ways? So, this is a time of revelation, diving deep into your inner self, going into that dark place, not just to feel anger, not just to feel depression, not even, I don't even want to say just to, I want to say not even to feel depression, not to feel anger, not to feel remorse, but more so gaining the internal clarity that brings what illumination brings enlightenment into your path, into your journey. And so then we talk about what else takes place knowing that we've entered into a new year. A door has closed and still closing because we have not closed out of the old year yet. Spring has yet to reach. And so we also know that during this time, what is also heightened is karmatic endings. What karmic debt is ending? What karmic flow is shifting? What
cycles are you closing in your life? What doors are you closing in your life? What leaf, as we say, we want to turn over a new leaf. What are you turning over? What are you inviting into your space? What are you exiting out of your space? And then it also talks about truth being revealed. Look at the time we're living in. We talk about Diddy, we talk about Epstein, we talk about Trump, we talk about all of these things happening socially, politically, culturally, religiously, spiritually, in the church community, in the spiritual communities. Everything is coming up and truth is being exposed. And so, just as it is happening in the global spectrum, just as it is happening in the world at large, what truths within you are being revealed? What truths are being exposed? What truths are you learning about these and those around you? What truths are you discovering about your faith, your practice, your belief, your actions, your deeds, your thoughts, your intentions, your desires? What truths? What truth are you living in? What truth do you represent? These are questions we have to start to identify. We can't, no one can tell you this. No one can give you these answers. But this is indeed something that you have to go within yourself. And then as you start to dive deep now, we take a dive deep into our inner selves. It says here now, what emotional release? What are you releasing emotionally? Sometimes we go so long carrying burdens that don't serve us. We try to be strong. We are going through struggling. We're struggling and we're going through hard times and adversities. And we keep silent. We go through the physical abuse. We go through the mental abuse. We go through the psychological abuse. We go through the spiritual abuse. And we keep silent. And we begin to have expectations of others and intentions of others and desires for others to give us something that we may not be giving ourselves due to what it is we're holding on to. What baggage do we need to release? Sometimes we need to sit and cry. Sometimes we need to sit and write. Sometimes we need to go by the water and release. Sometimes we have to just even go to therapy. Yeah, I'm going to make it sound very simple. Therapy. It's okay to get help. Talk to somebody. Don't carry that weight. Don't carry that burden. It doesn't serve you. But I think most importantly in this time, too, what is being highlighted in this season and intensified with the energy of the blood moon is the shifting of destiny, the shift in destiny. Is your destiny shifting? Are you shifting in your destiny? Are you elevating? Are you digressing? Are you pivoting? Are you changing directions? Some of us are really starting to take our destiny more serious. We are out of the phase of questioning our purpose. We're out of the phase of questioning why we are here by design and what we agreed to our soul contract with the source, to shifting into a place of acceptance, realization, and actualizing, materializing, manifesting the very things that we were called to do. That is a shift in destiny. And then we also have to know that when we change our minds, because we were granted free will, so, God, the universe, the spirits, the saints, the divinities, Jesus, whoever you believe, cannot make you do anything that you do not want to do. It doesn't matter what faith you believe. It doesn't matter what practice you practice. It doesn't matter what you ascribe to. Every practice, from my understanding, is a roadmap and a tool and a guide to steer you into better alignment with the divine being that lies within you and around you, living in harmony with it. And so, what makes this blood moon different than other full moons, you may question? Unlike a normal full moon, that gently reveals the truth, because the normal full moon may take its time. It may take its time, you know, it may, work its way through and start to reveal over time, and move things in a certain manner. But this energy is intense. It forces truth to rise to the surface. It forces truth to be revealed. You have to see it as dead in your face. You can't run from it. What are you running from? Why even trying to run? Why even trying to deny? Why limit yourself and restrict yourself from your freedom and your healing and the happiness and the joy? Yes, it's going to be some work. Nothing comes easy. Nothing worth having comes easy. But if you apply yourself in spirit and in truth, you will see that your work will pay off. If you are pure about your intentions and your doings, you will see that what you're doing will best serve you. And sometimes we have to make changes. Sometimes we have to bruise our knees. Sometimes we have to lose our money. Sometimes we have to be corrected. Sometimes we have to go through these things. But guess what? It is all for your betterment. Live in the truth. Tap into the truth. Live in truth. Embody truth. Represent truth. And then we want to talk about the planetary energies aligned with this blood moon. Every planet is aligned with a zodiac. Every zodiac is aligned with a planet, and every zodiac or planet has certain energies and frequencies, again, associated to it. So, what astrological energy, planetary energy is associated to this blood moon? And what we see here is the Virgo Pisces energy showing up. With Pisces being in the sun and Virgo being in the moon. And so we have here the Virgo energy representing purification. This is the time of purification. Clean your house, clean yourself, clean your insides, detox. Get into your spring cleaning now, whether that be mental spring cleaning, physical spring cleaning, emotional spring cleaning, whatever it may be. Start to clean up, start to purify, take your spiritual baths. And I always tell you guys a very simple spiritual bath you can take. Salt water. Get you kosher salt, sea salt, a lime, put a little bit of vinegar. You understand? Some Florida water, some perfume. Very basic. Clean yourself up, purify. Take a few days off of the meat if you can. Take a few days off of the sweets and the junk food. Call it a fast if you want to. I'm going to call it purification. People are afraid of certain words. Fast. Folks don't like to fast. But we can purify, we can detox. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. And so this also shifts into discipline. Discipline. The Virgo energy is teaching us to tap into discipline. What did you say you are going to do that you have not done yet? What have you started but yet to complete? Have you truly made time for supplication and devotion for those of us that have our dues to do? You understand? Are you getting up and going to the gym like you said you're going to do? Are you getting up and fixing your diet and aligning your diet? I fell off the gym. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I had to get my ass back in the gym. But we getting it together. Discipline, Virgo energy, getting it together, living in our truth. And so let me tell you, get you an accountability partner. It may be your best friend. It may not be your best friend. It may have been a homegirl that you don't talk to all the time. It may be the homeboy that you don't kick it with all the time. It may be the mother at the church. It may be the deacon. I don't know. It's one of your elders, one of your spiritual siblings, one of your cousins, somebody. Find you an accountability partner that will hold you up. Hey, Mama Oshun. Pleasant night, my beautiful darling. Find somebody that's going to push you and keep you accountable. That is discipline. Stick to it. Get through 3 days, get through 4 days, get through 5 days, and keep the ball rolling. And then we also talk about the illumination of healing. Some of you may feel this need to cry. Some of you may feel this need to release and let go. Some of you may be feeling need to go to the doctor and see about your physical health. Let's not ignore that. Healing is not just about your thoughts and your emotions and what happened to you and your traumas. Let's get our bodies and our physical health together too. Don't procrastinate on that. So this is healing. So if you have that ache, that pain, that lump, that fever, that temperature, that shortness of breath, all of that going on, get your tail to the doctor. Something going on with your tummy and you too embarrassed to talk about it, get to the doctor. You haven't been taking your medication like you're supposed to. You feel like it's a wrong prescription dosage. Go to the doctor, get it corrected. But take your medication. We got to get our minds together. We got to get our bodies together. We got to get our spirits together. And then it says correction. I'm going to say correction and conviction and accountability. Because when you are living in alignment with God, when you are living in alignment with the universe, when you are living in alignment with the source, you don't need nobody to tell you that you did wrong. You don't need anyone to tell you that you were out of place. You don't need anyone to tell you that you messed up. You don't need anyone to tell you that was out of order, because the spirit within is going to correct you. So start with self. Let's correct ourselves. We want to make it about us. Let's correct ourselves before we mind the correction of others. Before we start to try to correct other people, let's correct ourselves. Let's get back in tune with our habits, our deeds, our actions, our thoughts, our intentions. Let's get into it. And then you have this Pisces energy operating as the sun. It's sun energy. I'm a Pisces, y'all, by the way. And it says the Pisces energy represents spirituality. So more than ever, this is a good time to pray, meditate, do rituals, take spiritual cleanses, read some spiritual books, go to church if that's your thing, go to temple, go to spiritual celebrations, drumming, whatever that may be. But cultivate your spirituality. Pour into your spirituality. If you have questions that you've been wondering and pondering on, find a book, find an elder, find a practitioner, find a leader, a teacher, Chat GPT, Google, AI, Copilot, whatever. Start to pull your resources together and align yourself. Pour into yourself. Fact check. Validate. Don't live with question marks. There's no need to live with question marks. There's no need to live with question marks. Get your answers. And not every answer you may get right away. And then there may be some things that's not meant for you to know at a particular time or in this lifetime, but doesn't mean you shouldn't put in the effort to find out. I'm just saying, call me devil's advocate, but find out. And also, people, trust your intuition. Stop doubting yourself. Listen to your voice. Listen to your gut. Trust your mother wit. Trust that energy flowing in and through you. Trust that voice speaking to you. Trust the visions. Trust the dreams. Trust that gut feeling. Trust the hair standing up on you. Hey, trust it. You have to allow yourself to feel. You have to allow yourself to get into that space. Remove the limitations. Because you're going to sit there and hold it all in and bust like a Coke bottle, shooken up with Mentos in it. Just going to bubble and explode over because there's so much pressure. So start to pour it out easy. Release it easy. Release it easy. Let it flow. You understand? And so when we look at the combination of these energies working together, this is spiritual purification, correcting our actions to align with our life path, and releasing the illusions that do not serve us, and healing the emotional patterns that we continue to see that throw us off of our path. We see the emotional patterns that destroy and, and hinder relationships that we want to see progress. So you have to sit with yourself and ask what truths have been revealing itself in your life recently. Again, I ask you, what clarity have you come into recently? What clarity are you seeking and putting in the work to discover? Because nothing happens just like that. You have to put in the work. And so, with that being said, we're going to shift into the fun part. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Um, I've I'm going to pull some cards and just see what energy, what spirit has to say, along with these metaphysical tidbits and spiritual, guidance and tips that I share with you. I want to see what the cards have to say, and what spirit says in addition to what's been revealed. But if you have questions, feel free to ask. I did not set aside time to do one readings for anyone tonight. However, I don't mind. So if you would like to get a reading done, you can send a $30 cash app. I'm working with the number 3 because threes have been showing up a lot lately. And so send a $30 cash app. The cash app is there next to my name. And so if you would like a personal reading while on the live, because this is only going to be for the live, not for private, but for the live, you can feel free to go ahead and send that, and I will do what we do. But in the meantime, I'm going to pull some cards. So here we go. Kosi Fatibo, Kosi Sen, Kosi Sisan, Kosi Wahala, Kosi Babajigon, Kosi Babajigon, Kosi Babajigon, a Fuma Lafia, Fuma Re, Fuma Iwa, a Fuma Suru, Fuma Bobo is Shagon, Fuma Re, a Fuma Re, a Fuma Re, Fuma Ibodu Rishaf, a Shibini Kuri, Fuma Ibodu, Ori, a Shibini Kuri, a Shibini Kuri, a Shield. Spirit Divine, I come this evening asking for a divine message, insight, and revelation, and for us. Help us to know what we should be aware of this evening. Not just this evening, but moving forward with the energy that is residing and taking place currently. Spirit Divine, I ask that you reveal to me what truths are being revealed under this blood moon. What truths are being revealed under this blood moon? What truths are being revealed? We're going to see here. Ooh, okay, thank you. Ashe. Wow. Okay. With the Ace of Swords, this is a time that is very important to not only protect yourself carnally, but also protect yourself spiritually. Don't let everyone know what is in your hand. As the old folks say, what they say, don't tell the left hand what the right hand is doing, and don't tell the left hand what the right hand is doing, don't tell the right hand what the left hand is doing. Not everybody needs to know what your plans are. So balance yourself and cover yourself. Balance yourself and cover yourself. This is also a time to open your hand to receive. Some of you may be in a position where you are needing protection and you need to receive protection. Put yourself in that space. Call out for that. Pray but also be observant of those in your space and in your corner that do protect you in this season. Some of you are very vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable, but you can't be vulnerable with everybody. As you are in the midst of transition, we talk about the illumination. Why is the illumination there? The illumination is so that you can come out of one space that you are in that may be stuck or limiting into your current life and transition you and move you over into something that is more beneficial for you. The sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. But you have to stop limiting yourself. And so while you are navigating and while you're being transitioned from one space into the other, ask questions, observe everything. Observe, question everything. And when I say question everything, it's not from a space of being skeptical. There's one way to question in a way of being like, okay, I'm skeptical of this. It's not a saying be skeptical. Don't be skeptical. Investigate to develop awareness. Learn and observe to develop awareness and knowledge in the new space that you are entering. Why? Because it is going to produce longevity and it's also going to produce stability that you are seeking. A lot of you guys are seeking stability, okay? And even with that being said, find you a safe space. You cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. A lot of us want to walk solo in the sense of, oh, I can do battle by myself. I don't need no help. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't nobody. And the reality is, my dear, you cannot do it by yourself. And as you are climbing and striving and praying and hoping and trying to produce and manifest more, you need support. But again, are you placing your care and placing yourself in the environment of those that do not care for you? Or are you allowing yourself to be in spaces with these and those that do care for you so that you can reach for the stars? Protect what is yours. Protect your mind, protect your spirit, protect your home, protect your vessels, protect your investments, protect what you have worked hard for. A lot of us are, again, I hear, do not cast your pearls to swine. Do not cast your pearls to swine because you are entering a space of elevation. If you're trying to elevate, and everybody's elevation looks different, everybody's promotion looks different, everybody's increase looks different, everybody's abundance looks different. So do not compare yourself to the next man. Observe where you are currently so that you can acknowledge where you're getting ready to shift to and give thanks and gratitude for the blessings that are coming with the shift. You understand? But again, for those of you that are not willing to come outside of your comfort zone, you will stay stuck. It's two sides to every coin. I can either choose to become awakened and illuminated and aware, or I can continue to restrict myself and stay stuck. But there's things that are lined up for us moving forward. I'm calling it the spring blessings, springing into blessings. You understand? But we cannot be worried about the things that don't serve us. Again, for those of you that are going through a season where you may be in a battle, you may be a court case battle, maybe a battle with family, maybe some type of battle with people. I want to tell you, justice will be served. Do not go into that rage. Do not go into that anger. It's not worth it. They're not worth it. They are not worth your energy. They're not worth it. Save your blessings. Preserve your blessings. As my brother says, you want to secure your grace. You want to secure your grace. Shout out to Barbara Curtis. You want to secure your grace. And how do you secure your grace? When you know that you are praying, when you know that you are fasting, when you know that you are purifying, when you know that you are seeking better, adversities and tests and trials are going to come out the woodworks. It can be like you've been good all the time, and just then you started praying, and boom, something happens. The test for you is do not react. Don't get out of your body. Don't lose your character. Don't lose your face for someone else. Be mindful of how you show up. Be mindful of what it is you prayed for, because in the nick of time, right on time, boop, transition happens. And so again, this is the mastery of emotions. They always say Pisces are emotional. We are very emotional creatures. That's what they like to say. Some of us are, and some of us are not as low in that frequency. Emotions can show up in many different ways. So, you know, but this is the mastery of emotions. What area in your life are you maturing? Are you maturing in love? Are you maturing in how you love yourself? Are you maturing in how you cultivate and show up in relationships and friendships and family dynamics? Are you are you letting go and confronting your shadow self that is always complaining, always depressed, always nagging, always upset, always bitter, always comparing, always judging? All of these are low parts of emotions. And so, what area in your life are you being called to challenge and grow in emotions? And what I love here, it just came out the King of Wands. I just got to show you all this. The King of Wands. And the old time religion I hear in my head, I hear the ancestors saying, daily I must kill myself. Daily I must kill my flesh, I'm sorry, to live a life of holiness. And this is not speaking from a Christian perspective, but from the perspective of flesh being the emotions, the lower desires, the weaker parts of ourselves, our lower selves, our shadow selves, that disserves us. We have to kill that every day. What is killing that every day? Checking it, checking that self, checking that alter ego, checking your ego, checking all of those things so that you can reach to a point of maturity, reach to a point of enlightenment, reach to a point of that higher frequency. It's choices every day, free will. And so as we're talking about mastering emotions, there's a part of us that has to die. There's a part of us that has to be let go. There's a door that has to be closed so that we can embrace the new. I'm going to switch cards here. Ask questions if you guys have questions here. Actually, no, I'm not going to switch cards just yet. I'm not going to switch them just yet. Yeah, I know that weren't done. What energy must people release? Let's go there. What energy are we releasing? What energy are we releasing? Okay. Yes. You know what I hear the spirit saying? All that petty stuff, all the pettiness. We want to walk away, but yet we keep turning back. We keep trying to prove something. We keep trying to defend something. We keep wanting to jump into the ring and fight, 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 fight to the very end. And what this spirit is saying is that you can no longer do that. If you're going to move forward, if you're going to traverse forward, you have to not look back. Don't turn back. Walk forward. Move forward. Trust what you're entering into. Trust the journey. It's the Chariot card. So you must balance it too. High and low. You got to balance that thing. Choose your battles wisely. You have nothing to prove. But also the procrastination of applying our wisdom. We want to keep trying to find loopholes. And the answers are right there in our face. The instructions are right in our face. The knowledge and the wherewithal is right there, but we want to try to find a shortcut. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. And the mindset of isolation, we are being called out of isolation. COVID is gone. Come out of isolation. Start living life. Start enjoying. Start tapping into the enjoyment. Utilize your voice. We're not being mute anymore. We're not living in silence anymore. You can't live in silence anymore. It's not helping you. Why do it to yourself? Now I'm going to switch cards. Let's see here. And again, I thank you all for joining in tonight. Please go back and listen to the earlier half if you didn't have the opportunity to hear from the very beginning. The live will be posted. I'm ending the live at an hour. We're at 45 minutes. So we got a little bit of time. It is very interesting. The Pisces energy is all through this. This is crazy. The Pisces and the Virgo energy is all through this spread. It's crazy. First card is Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions again. I can't stress it enough. I know I probably beat. I hope I didn't beat the dead horse, but again, it's showing up, so I have to deliver it. Find a way to connect to your emotions, be it in the shower, be it in your drive to work, be it on your drive home, be it, you need to take a vacation, go somewhere by the water, walk in the woods. Even if it's just simple as running you a bath, a hot, nice bath, no distractions. Tap into that energy. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. hmm Because what is it doing? How is it helping you holding it in? Holding it in is not serving you. So let it out. And it says, once you are able to do that, you are able to tap into your light self. You're able to embody the light. We want to tap into embodying the light. We want to tap into the light frequency. You can't be heavy either. Light equals light. Light equals light. And so you do not want to be heavy. Stand your ground. Stand in your truth. Stand predominant in what you represent. Don't linger. Don't waver. Don't procrastinate. Don't even overly explain. Just show up and be. Just show up and do. And everything else is going to line in your favor. It says, but you have to set your sight higher than where you are seeing yourself. See yourself further than where you see yourself presently. Remove the limitations, remove the restrictions. You have to stop seeing from a narrow perspective. And as you are able to see further, able to see higher, you will be able to then produce more, because we produce according to what we believe we're able and capable of doing. So if I believe that I'm able and capable of doing more, I will produce more. We have to tap into the energy and the wisdom of our ancestors. We have to study their ways and study how they moved and study where they failed and study where they succeeded, and tap into the frequency that supports and backs us in our daily activity, in our daily living, in our daily doing. Take a moment and honor your ancestors in this season. Whether it be cooking their food, going to the graveyard, going to the cemetery, whether it be lighting a candle for them, whether it be pouring libation at your front door or in a plant, whatever it may be, spend time with your ancestors. And last but not least, know that your gifts will make room for you. Know that your gifts will make room for you. If you have a creative task and a creative gift, tap into it and use it. If you're good in business and that is your gift, utilize it. If you are an entrepreneur, get out and network and expand. Shake hands and rub elbows. If you have ideas that you are sitting on because you are afraid, because you don't know how to get that business off the ground, you don't know how to make that first step, you don't know what the steps are to do, ask a question, research, go sit with your banker, study and watch other entrepreneurs that are in the field that you are in. But you got to ask a question. And it says again, this healing shows up again. Medicine Guardian, we got tapping into this healing energy again. Got to tap into the medicine, whether that be food medicine, whether that be Western medicine, whether that be spiritual medicine, whether it be plant medicine, whatever that medicine is, whether it be medicine through dance and in motion, whether it be medicine through prayer and meditation, get into your medicine. But we have to, again, release that has been locked up within us. Everything that has been locked away, everything that has been retained. It's time to release it. It's time to let it go. Free up yourself. Have fun. Live a little. Yes, in doing the work you can live. Yes. In doing the work you can have fun. You could do that. Take time to meditate. Take time to reflect. Take time to give thanks. Take time to show gratitude. Take time to cleanse your space. Cleanse your home. Cleanse your bedroom. Cleanse your closet. Clean it. Take a hot bath. And in hindsight, also avoid making rush decisions. Do not rush on making big decisions. Do not rush and make moves off of impulse. It may just cost you. It may just cost you. Don't do it. Do not try to force an outcome or force a desire or force an energy or force a want on somebody. Don't force it. Don't force it. Allow the universe to do what it does best and manifest with you, along with you, and trust the process. And remember, full moons are not anything to be afraid of. Okay? This full moon is not anything to be afraid of. Don't be afraid. Eclipse does not bring chaos. Full moons don't bring chaos. They bring correction. They bring understanding. They bring clarity. And with that being said, I love you all and I thank you all. Again, if you have been blessed by this live, feel free to leave a donation. There's no amount for a donation. If you want to bless a brother, but also don't even think about just blessing me. If you want to bless someone by sharing knowledge, because knowledge is power, information is key and transformative if applied properly. So share the live, share it, send it in a text message, find it on YouTube, find it on TikTok, find it on Facebook, find it on Instagram, all platforms, and share it with someone that can benefit. And again, if you didn't have the opportunity to hear from the beginning, it will always be there on the World Wide Web, and you will have access. So go back and listen to it later. I love you all, and I thank you all for all that you guys bring into my life. Have a beautiful evening.
He asked life of thee, and thou gavest it him, even length of days forever and ever. His glory is great in thy salvation. Honor and majesty hast thou laid upon him, for thou hast made him most blessed forever. Thou hast made him exceedingly glad.
Spirit Divine, I greet you. Spirit Divine, I greet you in love. I greet you in humility. I greet you in oneness. Omi tutu, ona tutu, ole tutu, tutu eshu, tutu olodumare, tutu oromla, tutu olodumare, tutu ami oshonga, Uganda jokele kuma akoni, Uganda jokele kuma akoni, Uganda jokele kuma akoni, kosi ku, kosi fo, kosi lopa, kosi shelo, kosi victibo, kosi san, kosi sisan, kosi wahala, kosi shelu, kosi lopa. Kosi Babajiku, Kosi Babajiku, and Fuma Lafia, Fuma Ray, Fuma Baboy Shagun, Fuma Wa, Fuma Suru, Fuma Baboy Shagun, Fuma Imo, Fuma Bodu Risha, Fuma Bodu Agbe, Fuma Bodu Ori, Ashebeni Kori, Ashebeni Kori, Ashebeni Kori, Ashe. Spirit of the ancestors, I greet you. I ask that you provide wisdom and guidance for your children today. Divine Father, Divine Mother, I greet you. I ask that you provide wisdom and guidance for your children today. Allow us to seek your face to gain clarity. Allow us to gain an understanding as to how we're to be moving about and what are we to do in this time to best use our energy.
My purpose and my goal in doing this is to share some wisdom, to share some insight in hopes that you're able to gain something, or you're able to share with a friend or loved one that is able to gain something that will benefit them in their journey and in their processing of what's going on spiritually with them, what's going on carnally with them, all that good stuff. And so if something that I share with you benefits you, feel free to give a donation. Feel free to like, subscribe, so that you're able to get notifications, and like so you're able to get notifications and see the posts, but also to help me grow in my journey. Like, heart, subscribe, share, follow, all that good stuff. You know, we just want to get bigger and better, bigger and better. And so I learn from you guys. You guys help me become better.
He asked life of thee, and thou gavest it him, even length of days forever and ever. His glory is great in thy salvation. Honor and majesty